Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
It's 7 o'clock. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Srila Prabhupada, Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON Samstapakacharya Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki. Ananda Guri Vaishnavanda ki. Jai Sri Rup Sanatana Bhatragana Sri Jeev Gopalava Das Ragana Sad Goswami Prabhu ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki. Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan ki Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham ki Sri Navadip Maya Pradham ki Sri Jagannath Puri Dham ki Ganga Mai Jamuna Mai ki Srimati Vrinda Devi Tulsi Maharani ki Srimati Bhakti Devi ki Sri Harinam Sankirtan ki Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution ki ISKCON Yoga Pita ki Patita Pavan Lord Jagannath ki, Sri Nitai Gaur Sundar ki, Jai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled body. All glories to the assembled body. All glories to the assembled body. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. there.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Would you all please have a seat? Yeah.
There are chairs. You can sit. I have come here. We are going to Gita. और ऐसे ही हम वहाँ गए थे इसमें क्या बोलते हैं ICC में प्लेजेंट में तो वहाँ पर वॉलंटियर्स तो आई हैव टू एट होम आई हैव टू डू
इंग्लिश और हिंदी
हिंदी
वहाँ पे ढूंढना पड़ेगा एक्चुअली इट्स इनसाइड आपका एड्रेस क्या है आप दे देंगे तो हम भेज सकते हैं आपको यहाँ पे है ना? हाँ। मैं आपको पेन पेपर दूँ आशीष पे वेर इज आशीष पे या यहाँ पे पेपर इसमें Hare Krishna everyone. We would like to welcome all of you to ISKCON Tri-Central Valley Yog Pit Center. First of all, we would like to welcome His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu, who has come all the way from Vrindavan. Could you please give him a warm welcome? Hari Bol. So I just wanted to say a few brief introduction about Dina Bandhu Prabhu. His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu was born in 1949 near Los Angeles, California. So he's from here and he is staying in Vrindavan. And most of us are from India and we are here. That's our, misfortune. As a young man, despite growing up with material comforts, he found himself searching for a deeper and more lasting happiness. While studying sociology at the University of Notre Dame, that search eventually led him to the Hare Krishna devotees in Boulder, Colorado. In 1969, upon receiving and reading Bhagavad Gita as it is, he felt that the questions he had carried in his heart were finally being answered. He soon became the first devotee to join the Boulder temple and was later initiated by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who gave him the name Dina Bandhu Das. That means servant of the Lord who is the friend of the humble. For more than 5 decades, Dinabandhu Prabhu has dedicated his life to Srila Prabhupada's mission, serving and preaching throughout the United States, South America, and India. In 1984, he came to Sri Vrindavan Dham, where he later served as temple president of Sri Sri Krishna Balram Mandir. Krishna Balram ki jai. Over the decades, he has become especially involved, partaking devotees on Braj Mandal Parikrama and narrating the beautiful pastimes of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna with such warmth and devotion that he brings the mood of Vrindavan whenever he travels and wherever he travels. A permanent resident of Braj for more than 3 decades, Dinbandhu Prabhu has also devoted himself to preserving its sacred places, particularly the restoration and development of Brinda Kund, as well as supporting the restoration of Srila Sanatan Goswami's Samadhi and the sacred Yamuna River. We are extremely fortunate and grateful to have His Grace Dinabandhu Prabhu today here and to share the glories and sweetness of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for coming and giving us your valuable association. And thank you, Premnam Prabhu, for bringing him. And thank you, Prabhuji, for coming with Dinabandhu Prabhu and assisting him. Okay, we'll now hear from him. Do you like kartal or harmonium, anything? Okay.
Hare Krishna. So it's a very great honor and pleasure to be here at the lotus feet of Patita Pavan Lord Jagannath and to be at the lotus feet of Sri Sri Nitai Gaur Sundar. You have special name for them? All right. Nitai Gaur. And very, very great honor to be here at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. And a great pleasure to be here with all the devotees of ISKCON Yoga Pit. Huh? So today we're going to take you to Vrindavan without reservation, no visa, no security check, no mask. How many people have been to Vrindavan? Okay, almost everyone. Nice. So everything we see in Vrindavan is only by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because he went there and he personally revealed Radhakund and Shamakund to the eyes of the world. And then he sent the 6 Goswamis to go there and excavate all the lost places. So whatever we see, it's only by his mercy. So we have a very beautiful song about Lord Chaitanya. If you have your devices, number 1, put them all on silent, because these little babies have a bad habit of crying in the middle of the lecture. And you can look up Sundara Lala. Some places it's Sundara Bala, but Lala and Bala both mean little boys, so same thing. But I learned it Sundara Lala. That's the way Bhakti True Swami Maharaj used to sing, and it's in my songbook that way. Now, most of our bhajans, because we're Gaudiya Sampradaya, they're all in Bengali. Especially if it's about Lord Chaitanya, it must be in Bengali. But this song is about Lord Chaitanya. It's not in Bengali. It's not really even in Hindi. It's actually in Brijbhasa, the language of Braj. And you'll learn the refrain, the part that comes again and again, 2 seconds, and you'll sing with us. Oh, you have it on the screen, huh? We don't need your devices. All right, good. Put them all in silent. You have a screen to see. Okay. Sometimes a few words here and there are different from my version and other versions. So, okay. Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me. Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me. Balle Chandana Tilaka Manohara Alaka Shobe Kapolana Me. Balle Chandana Tilaka Manohara Alaka Shobe Kapolana. Bolo Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me. Bolo Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtana Me. Shire Juda Dadashani Rale Vanapula Mala Hia Pardole. Shire Juda Dadashani Rale Vanapula Mala Hia Pardole. Paihirna Pita Patambara Shobe Nupura Runu Junu Charanana Me. Pahirna pita patambara shobe Nupura runu junu charanana Bolo sundara lala Sachidu lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtaname Bolo sundara lala Sachidu lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtaname Radha Krishna Ekatanu hai Nirvana maje Bansi bajave Ekatanu hai Nirvana maje Bansi bajave Visvarupa ki Prabhu ji sahi Avata prakatai Nadiya me Avata prakatai Nadiya Bolo sundara lala Sachidu lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtaname Bolo sundara lala Sachidu lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtaname Bolo Nachata Sri Hari Kirtaname Koi gavata hai Radha Krishna naam Koi gavata hai Hari Gunagan Koi gavata Radha Krishna naam Koi gavata hai Hari Gunagan Mridanga tala madura rasala Bajata hai koi rangana mein Mridanga tala madura rasala Bajata hai koi rangana Bolo sundara lala Sachidu lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtaname Bolo sundara lala Sachidu lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtaname Bolo Nachata Sri Hari Kirtaname Bolo Nachata Sri Hari Kirtaname Bolo Sri Sachinandana Gaura Hari Bo The Sundara Lala Sachidu Lala Nachata Sri Hari Kirtaname. So 500 years ago when Lord Chaitanya appeared, he was very beautiful. I'm sure almost everyone here knows Sundar. Do you know the meaning of Sundar? The meaning of Sundar? Beautiful. Sundar means beautiful. But when Lord Chaitanya appeared 500 years ago, just like our deities in Vrindavan are Sham Sundar, but he was not Sham Sundar. He was Gaur Sundar. Huh? So he was very Sundar Lala. Lala means little boy. In Braj, when we went to call a little boy, then we'll say, "Oh Lala, come here Lala, Ajao Lala." Huh? We went to call a little girl. Now they all ran away, huh? Oh, Lali, ajao Lali, come here, Lali. Huh? So he was a very beautiful boy. And whose boy was he? He was the boy of Sachi Mata. Huh? So just like we call Krishna Yasoda Nandan or Yasoda Dulala, we call him Sachi Nandan or Sachi Dulala. Sundara Lala, Sachi Dulala, Nachata. He's always dancing. Huh? And where he's dancing? Nachata Sri Hari Kirtan mein. In Hindi, instead of having prepositions, we have postpositions. We say he's dancing Sri Hari Kirtan in. Nachata Sri Hari Kirtan mein. Because in this dark age of Kali, this is the recommended process for self-realization, for developing Krishna Prem, is by chanting very loudly and very enthusiastically, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So like I said, we'll take you to Vrindavan. So first we were going to tell a story about Prabhupada, but somehow on the way here, we kept seeing these signs, Oakland, Oakland, Oakland. And that reminded me of my very favorite pastime of Jayananda, who was the one, because tomorrow we're celebrating Rath Yatra. So he was the one he was Mr. Rath Yatra. Prabhupada ordered that his picture be on all our Rath carts at Rath Yatra. He was very, very incredible devotee, had so much love for Prabhupada. So one time, he was in San Francisco Temple, the old one, and temple president was a devotee, very dear friend of mine, named Keshava. And so one day they called up Danavir, who was president of Berkeley at that time. And they told him that we have a preaching program in the penitentiary in Oakland. So we want you to make lots and lots of halava with lots and lots of butter and lots of strawberries. Because in America, generally we make halava with butter instead of ghee. And butter halava's got a very nice taste rather than ghee. So they told him to make a big pot of halava. Because Danavir, he was known in those days, Mr. Enthusiasm. But he was young, so he's a little bit gullible. So anyway, Jayananda drove everyone over in a panel truck that had no gas pedal, just the stick was there, and he just tied a string around his big toe, and he was working the gas pedal with his toe like that, and somehow with his left foot doing brake and clutch and everything. So they drove over to Berkeley. Then they loaded up all the prasadam and all the Berkeley devotees, and they headed off towards Oakland. So then Keshava says to Jayananda, you know, Jayananda, I bet if the devotees had a taste of this halava, they would be really enthusiastic to distribute it. Huh? What do you think? Keshava, the Jayananda said, that sounds like a great idea. Huh? Hey, back there, there was no window. The window between the cab and the panel truck was, gone. These are, in the old days, our cars, all devotee cars were like this. They caused so much trouble. Prabhupada said, no more used cars, only new cars. Anyway, he says, hey, pass out some plates to everyone and pass 2 plates up here. And there's Jayananda driving down the street, like I told you, at the same time eating halava also. And Jayananda says, you know, Keshav, Danavir really made nice halava. We should have another round. What do you think? Jayananda, that's a great idea. Hey, back there, pass out some more halava to everyone and send 2 plates up here. After a while, Danavir looked in the pot, and there was nothing but crumbs sticking to the side of the pot. And he was thinking, oh no, we're so fallen. That Mahaprasad that was meant for the fallen conditioned souls, we've eaten it all, we're so fallen. And just then they drove up to the penitentiary, and the security guard, he came in the back of the truck and he opened up the door and he says, you don't have any food in here, do you? No, it's illegal to bring food inside the penitentiary. He said, oh no, sir, we don't have any food in this van. So that was Jayananda. That was their whole trick. He loved prasadam. And Prabhupada loved Jayananda so much. I remember one time Jayananda, we came down from Portland, because I was temple president in Portland for 5 years. I had a bit of a name as a cook. So Jayananda came up to me and he said, we have 1 ton of cauliflower and we have 1 ton of potatoes. And we got this special steam cooker that in one compartment you can put 100 pounds of potatoes, and the other compartment you can put 100 pounds of cauliflower. And then there's a big pot, that it's like it was, steel jacket like this, so the steam went around inside. The whole operation like that. He said, Dina Bandhu, he put his hand on my back very warmly. He says, do you think you can cook? So I cooked 1 ton of potatoes and 1 ton of cauliflower, and we mixed it all together with lots of sour cream and threw in all the tomatoes and bell peppers and everything else, and spices and turmeric and everything. And we cooked all night long. By the morning time, I was cooked. So many fond memories of Jayananda. What Prabhupada pastime we haven't told for a while? One time, Prabhupada took all the devotees. They had a big Pandal program in Delhi in November, maybe 1971 or so. And afterwards, Prabhupada brought all the devotees to Vrindavan. This was the first time. Can you imagine going to see Vrindavan for the first time with Prabhupada? So somehow or other, Guru, in those days there wasn't these cell phones, and even cameras were a luxury. But somehow Guru Das took nice pictures of all this. Even they have some video recordings. So they went to one place called Brahmandagat. It's right on the bank of the Jamuna in Gokul. You can figure out what happened there. Krishna showed the whole Brahman, the whole universe inside his mouth to Mother Yasoda. So there's a nice ghat there. Actually, during COVID, while everything was locked down, the government was very busy. And there was just one ghat. Now there's 2 or 3 ghats and beautiful, I don't know what else to call them, piers going out with little dome chhatris on the end of each of those piers. And still the old ghat is there with the old steps. So Prabhupada came there with all the devotees, and he went down, and end of November means now it's starting to get cold in Vrindavan. So he touched the water, and he said, it is too cold for old man like me, but you all go in. So all the devotees, just whipped on their gumshas and bathing paraphernalia, and everybody jumped in the water, and they're having a grand old time. And you can see if you remember the Hare Krishna people, the Prabhupada's Ever Well-Wisher video, Prabhupada sitting there with his godbrother, O.B.L. Kapoor, Adi Keshav Das. And you can see, the devotees were having so much good time. And Prabhupada looked at Adi Keshav and he moves his hand in such a way you can understand. He's saying, why not? Why not go in? So then Prabhupada was out of his sannyas lungi into his gamsha and it flashed like that. And then you can see in the video, the late Shirodakshai Vishnu takes him by the hand and brings him down the steps. And then Prabhupada, in pure Indian style, he grabs his nose and boom, into the water and then washing it. You remember that in the video. Well, next time you see the video, you'll recognize you'll see the steps, you'll recognize the steps. And Jamuna, because Jamuna is flowing right on the steps there. But Prabhupada was so, devotees were having so much fun that Prabhupada just jumped in the water also. And all the devotees were pouring water on him. So next time you go to Gokul and you go to Brahmandagat, you'll remember this pastime. Very beautiful place. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, to take us to Vrindavan, we have very beautiful Braj Bhajan. I don't know you're the screen man, huh? So, do you have, you can look up on YouTube, it's there, Braja Jana Mana, Sukhakari. Huh? Yeah, V as in victory, Braja Mana, Braja Jana Mana. Shri Radhe Brajajana Mana Sukhakari Radhe Shama Shama Sham Shri Radhe Brajajana Mana Sukhakari Radhe Shama Shama Sham Shri Radhe Brajajana Mana Sukhakari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Mormukuta Makara Krita Kundala Gale Vaijanti Mala Mormukuta Makara Krita Kundala Gale Vaijanti Mala Charananupura Rasala Radhe Shama Shama Sham Charananupura Rasala. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Shri Radhe Brajajana Mana Sukhakari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Sundaran Mukha Nakala Lochana Banki Chittavana Hari Sundara Varana Kamala Dala Lochana Banki Chittavana Hari Mohana Bamsi Bihari Radhe Shama Shama Sham Moh. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Sri Radhe Brajajana Mana Sukakari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Vrindavan me Denu Charabe Gopi Jana Manahari. Vrindavan Sri Govardhana Dari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Sri Govardhana Dari. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Brajamana Sukakari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Brajana Mana Sukakari. Radha Krishna Miliya Bado Gaura Rupa Avatari. Radha Krishna Miliya Bado Gaura Rupa Avatari. Kirtana Dharma Prachari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Kirtana Dharma Prachari. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Brajamana Dana Sukakari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Sri Radhe Brajajana Mana Sukakari. Tumbina Miri or na koe Nama Rupa Avatari. Tumbina Miri or na koe Nama Rupa Avatari. Charanana me balihari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Charanana me balihari. Narayana balihari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Narayana balihari. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Jai Jai Sri Radhe Sham. So this little Braj Vasa Bhajan just takes us straight to Vrindavan. Brajajan means the residence of Braj. Brajajana, man means the heart. Brajajana mana sukakari, who delights the hearts of the Brijvasis. And who is that? Radhe Sham, Shama Sham. Very beautiful song. Just takes us straight to Braj. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadandigam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Panchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhuvacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So like I said, it is only by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya that we see any of these places in Braj. He personally went on Prikrama. And one time he came to Nandagam. And he was going along, and he wasn't like you, coming in AC car and AC bus. He was going by his bare feet, with his arms raised in the air, and chanting very loudly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And as he came to Nandagam, it was a big hill, so he asked some villagers, are there any deities here? So the villagers said, yes, on top of this hill there's a cave. Inside that cave, there's a very tall, strong man with a pili pagri on top of his yellow turban on his head. And there's a very dainty lady. And in between Tree Bangalalit, there's a little gwal, in three-fold bending form. So nobody knows where that cave is anymore. But anyway, Mahaprabhu climbed up there. He entered into the cave, and he saw this big, tall Nanda Baba with a nice yellow turban on top of his head, a little dainty by the Yasoda with her sari pulled over her head, and in between this little three-fold bending gwal. And Mahaprabhu began to caress the body of Gopal. Actually, I posed for that picture. One time I was in Portland, I came down to LA. It was during the great Chaitanya Charitamrita Marathon. So I was walking down the street, and all of a sudden Jadharani came running out, and she grabbed hold of me and said, you, come here. We need you. Because they were taking pictures, because it's easier if you have a model, it's much faster, because they wanted to get the pictures done quick. So I posed for this picture, Nanda Baba and Yasoda are there, and Mahaprabhu's touching the body of Gopal. And then there was another scene. The Buddhist priest came, and he brought some uneatable things, untouchable things for Mahaprabhu to eat, and an eagle came and dropped down on his head. So that was me, the Buddhist priest. There was an old man in the back holding his cane, going, that was me. And Lord Chaitanya was going on his South Indian tour, and Jagadananda wanted to follow him, and was it Jagadananda? Gadadhar wanted to follow him, and Mahaprabhu was sitting in the boat and telling him, take him back, don't let him, you've taken Kshetra Sannyas, you can't go, you can't cross the river. And Gadadhar was fainting. They made me faint many times. And Radharani wasn't satisfied. And another time, do it like this, faint. So 3 or 4 times, Then somebody finally said, hey, don't you know this is a temple president in Portland? And Radharani said, oh, I'm sorry, Prabhu. I said, no, I'm very happy to be part of the great Chaitanya Charitamrita Marathon. That was my tiny little part in it. Nowadays, when you go, there's a beautiful temple that was built by the Maharaj of Bharatpur. The interesting is most temples are facing to the east, but this temple is facing to the west, just overlooking this beautiful place, Brindakun. So our temple is there under the gaze of Nanda Baba. And you see this big tall Nanda Baba, and now you see both Krishna and Balaram are there. And little dainty Mother Yasoda on the side. And you won't be able to tell who's Kanaya and who's Baldao. They have the same mukut, same dhoti, same kurta, same belt, same ankle bells, same sash, everything same to same. If you have good eyes, you can see, or if you ask the pujari, they'll tell you a different story each time. But they said, one time they told me that Kanaya, he has too much love for Yasoda, so he's on Maya's side. And Baldao, he has too much love for Nanda Baba, so he's on Baba's side. If you have very sharp eyes, you can see that Baldao is a little bit bigger. He's the older brother. And this is our Braj eye test. If you have really good eyes, you can see that in Balaram's eyes and the corners, it's a little reddish from him drinking so much baruni. This is our eye test, if you can see the reddish eyes of Baldao. And another pujari told me, he said that that actually Krishna and Balaram, they're almost like twins. Because it's very soon, that Purnima is coming, Balaram Purnima. So that's Shravan Purnima. So Balaram appeared on the Shravan Purnima, and then just a few days later, 1 week later, 8 days later, on the Bhadrapad Krishna Paksh Astami, Krishnastami day, then Krishna appeared. So they're almost like twins. So I bet even here in Fremont, when people have twins, sometimes they dress them both the same, is it? So therefore you see Krishna and Balaram, they're dressed both the same. Because they're almost like twins. Only 8 days difference. What was the other reason? My mind went blank. They're both dressed. Oh, okay. Because Mother Yasoda and Mother Rohini, they're very, very clever. Those who are mothers, you'll recognize the cleverness. Those of you going to be mothers someday, you can learn something from Mother Yasoda and Mother Rohini. They both know very well that if they dress them differently, then the two boys will fight. No, I want Baldao's crown. No, I want his kurta. No, I want his dhoti. No, I want his sash. No, I want his flute. I want his ankle belt. No, they'll fight. So Mother Yasoda and Mother Rohini, they're very clever. They dress them exactly the same, and they don't fight. So this is the darshan that you'll see there. And you'll see also, Radharani is also there beside Mother Yasoda. Because she comes every day to cook for Krishna. Because one time, Duras Rishi came to Braj. You all know Duras Rishi, huh? He's famous for being very angry. So this very fierce-looking Baba came with big jata on top of his head and his beard in a big knot, and he's holding a little U-shaped thing with a barad on it for chanting his japa. And a very fierce look on his face. So all the little gopikas, they ran away, except for Srimati Radharani. She told, Beto Baba, sit down, Baba. Then from clay, she made a little clay play kitchen. Just like I remember my sisters when they were little. From Mattel, we used to buy these little play kitchens, you know. So she had her play clay kitchen. She made little clay pots and little clay pans, and then she made clay sabji and clay samosas and clay laddus and clay puris, and then she made little clay thali and little clay katoras, and she put everything there, and she put a little flour, a little glass of water, and she brought it to Duras Rishi. And said, Lo Baba. He saw it's all clay. He said, Tige Lali, it's all right, Lali. It's Okay, lali, TK lali. No, lo baba, lo baba, lo baba, TK lali, TK lali. No, lo baba. Then by force, jabardasti, she took one of those laddus and just pushed it into Durvas Rishi's mouth. And he tasted that laddu and he said, wow, he never tasted a laddu like that in his life. And right from the heart, he gave blessing. Because that heart blessing is very, very powerful. Just I lived for 4 decades in Bharat, and I've seen all the Bharati children. They're very, very clever. They go in the morning to their dadi, dada, chachi, chacha, mata, pita. And what do? They still do it here, I hope. They bend down and touch their feet. And the elders, they feel so happy. Whole rest of the day, they're going to drive them nuts. But in the morning, they feel so happy. And they give them blessing from the heart. These are Indian children, they're very, very tricky. They get this blessing. Aishman Baba, Sobhagyavati Baba. They get these. So right from the heart, Devas Rishi said, Are Saki, Are Lali, whatever you cook will be just as sweet as nectar, and whoever tastes your cooking will never get any disease. Now we see something funny in Braj. Everybody loves children, but we love our own child more than others' child. Natural. But in Braj, everybody loves Nandalala more than their own child. And the parents are always worried about the children getting sick. So when they heard that, just like when I went to India the first time, my mother almost fainted. She was a nurse. No, so much disease is there. Now we're afraid to come here to America. We were afraid to go there. Now we're afraid to come to America, get shot for no reason. So the Brijvasis, they love Lala more than their own child. If he will eat Radharani's cooking, he'll never get any disease. He won't get COVID. He'll live for a long time and will be very happy. So the Brijvasis insisted that Radharani has to cook every day for Krishna. So therefore she's beside, on the altar you'll see her beside Mother Yasoda. And this hill of Nandagram, actually we call it Nandeswar Parvat, because this hill is the incarnation of Lord Shiva. Just like Govardhan is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and Barsana is the incarnation of Lord Brahma, this hill is the incarnation of Lord Shiva, Nandeswar Parvat, Nandeswar Parvat. So first, Nanda Baba, Krishna was born there in Gokul. After some time, this Putana and Shaktashura and Trinarvata, all these demons came. Finally, these twin Arjun trees came crashing down very mysteriously. So they decided to move to Vrindavan, cross over the Jamuna. So they put all the women and children into their Dodge vans. No, their bullock carts. And they had beautiful canopies, embroidered canopies over, with strings of pearls swinging back and forth. And all the children were on the women and children were on the bullock carts. And they went down to the Jamuna. It looked like one celestial river was coming to join Jamuna. Looked just like this. And Krishna and Baldev were sitting in the laps of Mother Yasoda and Rohini. And Krishna was asking so many questions, because the little boys, they ask too many questions, is it? So he said, Are Maya, what is this tree which got a beard? What is this tree which got a beard? Mother Yasoda looks, oh Lala, this is banyan tree, Bhatriksh. Oh Maya, what is this tree which leaf has got a tail? What is this tree? Ye kanki peher, jiske pati ki punche Maya. Ye kanki peher, jiske pati ki punche Maya. Mother Yasoda looks, oh Lala, this is people tree. Oh Maya, what is this little fruit? What is this little fruit? Oh Lala, that's the bear, or what do you call it in Bengal? They call kool, huh? And in Gujarat they call it what, boar or something like that. This little yellow fruit that comes in the winter season. So Mother Yasoda, that's the bear fruit. This way, asking so many questions of Mother Yasoda, They're going along. And when they got to the Jamuna, they floated they unhooked all the bulls and floated the bullock carts across the Jamuna. And all the cows are swimming across the Jamuna with their big humps sticking out of the Jamuna, their noses raised very high, and the cowherd men were taking the calves on their shoulders, and the mothers were coming behind, moo, moo, like this, and the bulls are going through the water, and their steam is coming out of it's a little cold, so steam is coming out of their nostrils, and they're swimming across. This way they crossed over, and finally they came to, after staying at Chatikara for some time, they moved to Nandagaon. So after they moved to Nandagaon, then one day Lord Shiva came to get darshan of Nandalala. And he was playing his damru. You've seen Lord Shiva, he's got a little X-shaped drum with two little balls tied in the center. So he is playing his damru. So Ma Yasoda came outside to see what is all this racket. And she saw some yogi is there. Whole body is covered with rock. Rock means ashes. From where? From the crematorium. And on his neck there was samp, snake, and bichu, scorpion, and makari, spider. So Mother Yasoda slammed the door. And Lord Shiva said, Are Maya, I came to get darshan of your Lala. Please open the door. No, tuko dekega, so mere Lala dar jayega. If my Lala will see you, he'll become too frightened. You please go away. No, Maya, I came just to get darshan of your Lala, just to get darshan of Nanda Lala. Please open the door. No, Baba, tuko dekega, to dar jayega. If my Lala will see you, he'll become frightened. You please go away. Then Lord Shiva said, But Maya, I came from so far away. I had to dodge the Chinese army to get here, all the way from Kailash. Please let me get darshan. And Mother Yasoda, she came outside. Look, Baba, you didn't come for... No, then she said no. Then he said, all right, then I'm going to sit here till he doesn't come outside. And Mother Yasoda came out and said, look, Baba, you're not going to sit here all day. You only came for one thing. You came for some roti. You know roti, you know chapati, and our Gujarati friends, they make them so flat, just like piece of paper, But in Braj, we don't have this machine. We do like this. Nice and thick with homemade ghee and butter on top. And all the babas go in the morning. Radhe Sham Madhukari, Radhe Sham, Hari Bol, Roti Do. They get nice rotis and sag and everything. So Mother Yasoda, you just came for some rotis, so take this stack of rotis and be on your way. So Lord Shiva, he became Nirash. Nirash means hopeless and helpless. And he went away in a forest, and he sat down, and he began hoping against hope. What was his hope? To get darshan of Nandalala. Isn't our hope? This is also our hope, that we get darshan of Nandalala. So hope means asha. So he became, that is the greatest of all hopes, that's the Lord of all hopes. So he became Asheshar Mahadev. Just out in the forest there's a place called Asheshar Ban. And he's known as Asheshar Mahadev. So meanwhile, Lala, he couldn't see his best devotee. Vaishnavanam Mita Shambhu. The best of the Vaishnavas is Lord Shiva. He couldn't see his best devotee. He began to cry. And all the older gopis came, said, oh, Lala, what's the matter, Lala? Come on, smile, Lala. And everybody got failed. Mother Yasoda got failed, all the older gopis got failed. But there was one Buddhi gopi, but she was Buddhiman. There was one older gopi, but she was also very intelligent. She said, somebody has put nazar on your Lala. Nazar means evil eye. Just like I used to sit in the Bhagavatam class, and I'd look in the back and see how all the Devanagari, because they have the transliteration and then the Devanagari, and I learned all my Devanagari just sitting in the Bhagavatam class like that. So when we got to India, the first time we went, they picked us all up in buses at Mayapur and Delhi also to take us to Vrindavan or to Mayapur. So I saw, I could read the Devanagari, so I could see on this big truck in front of us, it said, Buri Nazar Wali Teri Mu. Who's ever giving us evil eye, your face is black. So somebody has put Nazar, Buri Nazar on your lala, evil eye. Who came here today? And Mother Yasoda said, well, Brisabhanu came this morning, and Upananda came later. Oh, one horrible yogi came. Whole body was covered with rock. On his neck there was samp and bichu and scorpion, fighter. Where did that yogi go? I don't know. I gave him some roti and sent him on his way. So that yogi must have put nazar on your lala. Evil eye. So all the gopis, they went all around the four sides of Nandagam, looking for where that yogi has gone. So there in that, sometimes they call that place Yogivan, not far from Terkadam, just across the fields from Terkadam. And there they saw this yogi sitting in meditation, hoping against hope, hoping to get darshan of Nandalala. And all the older gopis came there and they said, Chalare yogi nanda bhavame yasmat mahabulave, baki lala ko nazar lage tobe rainon karave. Just like when you come on Prikama with me, I'm behind you all day. Chalo, 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 let's go, let's go. So Chalare yogi nanda, you come to Nanda Bhavan. Yasmat mahabulave, Mother Yasoda is calling you. You just take some mustard oil and salt and you make the cure. Rainon karave, you make the cure for this crying. So they took Lord Shiva up to Nandagam. And Mother Yasoda opened the door. Lala got his darshan. Then Maya Yasoda slammed the door. And Lala again began to cry. And Mother Yasoda came. I said, Baba, you got your darshan. You stopped this Lala from crying. Are Maya, only one way to stop this Lala from crying. Batao, batao, jaldi batao, tell me quickly. He said, when your Lala's foot will come on my head, then this crying will be cured. And Mother Yasoda, you know how to say no in Hindi? No. Nahi, almost like Old English, nahi, nahi, but this nahi. So Mother Yasoda said, nahi, nahi, nahi. This sam, bichu, scorpion, makri, all these things. And all the elder gopis, you know how to say yes? I learned this when I first joined Krishna Balaram Mandir. They sent me on life membership, and we went to Meerut. And we went to visit our one old life member, Chandrabanu Gupta or something, I can't remember. And while he was there, while we were speaking with him, the phone rang, if you remember those things. Before we didn't have cell phones, I think. The phone rang. So he picked up the phone, and I swear to God, this is, Jutne bol rahe, Sach bol raha. This is the half of the conversation I heard. Hein? Ha. Hein? Ha. Ha. Hein? Ha. Acha. Cha. Ji. Hein? Ha. Namaskar. So all the gopis said, not very convincing. Mother Yasoda said, nahi, nahi, nahi. And all the gopis said, you're not very convincing. Mother Yasoda said, nahi, nahi, nahi. And all the gopis said, okay, so the ha's won. So Mother Yasoda opened up the door. She lifted Lala up. He put his foot on Lord Shiva's head, and Lord Shiva began to dance. And Lala, he began to laugh. And as soon as you see the little boys laugh, then Vatsalya Rasa comes in your heart, isn't it? We see the little children laugh. So, all the, so what was the next? So then, oh, that's right. Then all the gopis, they told Lord Shiva, Re Re Yogi Nanda Bhava Me Brij Me Bhasan Kije. Jab Jab Mirla Lala Robe, Tab Tak Darshan Dije. That this is up it all day long in Prickama, we're behind you. Chalo, chalo, chalo. The Re Re, now you stay. Re Re Yogi Nanda Bhava Me Brij Me Bhasan Kije. You forget about Kailash, now you do Brijavas. Jab Jab Mira Lala Robi, whenever my Lala cries, Tap Tak Darshan, did you come and give your darshan? So Lord Shiva said, all right, I will stay here in Nandagam, but two conditions are there. This is not unconditional devotional service. Whenever you bathe your Lala, then you bring that water and pour it on me. And whenever you feed your Lala, whatever uchist, whatever chewed remnant is left on his plate, you bring that to me. So when we bathe the Lord, that water is called Charnamrit. So we see everybody's pouring water on Lord Shiva, but Nandeswar Mahadev, he wants the Charnamrit of Lord Krishna. And Lord's leftovers we call Mahaprasad. So Prabhupada said this is the proper way to worship the Devi Devatas, that you offer the Bhoga to Krishna and then you distribute the Mahaprasad to all the Devi Devatas. So then he said, then I will stay here and no demon will come inside this Nandagam. If you want to hear demon Leela, you have to go some other place. But not in Nandagam, no demon Leelas are there. They're not allowed. And to this day, they pour the Charnamrit on Lord Shiva, and they, after the Rajbhog Artik, they bring a patal, and they offer the Mahaprasad to Lord Shiva. And I know this is still going on, because on the other side of the road from Brindakun, there's a plot that one Muslim family owns, and their little son goes there every day and steals that plate. So I know it is still going on to this day. Asheshwar Mahadev ki, Nandeshwar Mahadev ki. So you'll see in the corner of the courtyard, there's a little temple of Nandeshwar Mahadev. Nandalala ki jai. So I guess our time is up, huh? Okay, we want to leave some time for some. Okay, we'll do one more, then we'll have questions. So one time, way on the eastern side of Nandagam, there's a very beautiful place called Yasodakund. And there Mother Yasoda, she washes her cloth, she does her puja and pat, and she does, so many things she does there. And Krishna and the Kahar boys are playing nearby, and she always warns them that dur kelan mat jao, lalvan hawai hai, that don't go far in the forest, otherwise this how is going to get you. And Lala said, what is this how? I never seen it anyhow. Somebody saw he's big and black and furry. He's got sharp claws and a big black nose. And he's very tall. And he'll come here and eat you up. So then Lala, he begins to play close by. But since we know little boys have such long memories, again he starts going with his friends far in the forest. And Mother Yasoda says, dur kelan majao, lalvan hawai. Don't go far in the forest, otherwise this how is going to get you. He says, what is this how? I never saw. He's big and black and furry. And he has yellow eyes and a big, long, black nose and very sharp teeth, and his mouth is very big, and he'll bite you and eat you up. So Lala played close by. Then again, since little boys have long memories, he started going far in the forest. Mother Yasoda again told him not to go. He said, "What is this how? I never seen it anyhow." And Mother Yasoda said, "He's big and black and furry, bigger than you. And he has beady yellow eyes to see you with. And he has a long black nose to smell you with. Yeah? And he has big pointy ears to hear you with. Huh? And he has very sharp curved claws to catch you with. And he has very sharp teeth in his mouth, and his mouth is so big, he'll eat you in one bite." And Lala said, "Jamuna tatpe denu charai, tene dekho how. I went all over the Jamuna, herding my cows. Tene dekho, I didn't see any how. Bain patal kali adame mabi na dekho how. I jumped in that Kali lake. I went all the way to Patalaloka. There was no how there." You're just telling stories. You're just telling stories to make me afraid, that's all. Then all of a sudden, Mother Yasoda, her eyes got very big. And she said, "Well, don't look now, but here comes one." And Mother Yasoda began to run, and Lala began to run behind Mother Yasoda, and Baldao behind them all, and then Madhu Mangal, and Stoka Krishna, and Sridham, and Sudam, and everybody, and all the cowboys, they ran back behind Mother Yasoda to Nandagam. And just see how clever Mother Yasoda, just happened to be lunchtime. So they sat on, Baldao on one side, and Krishna on one side of Nanda Baba's lap, and Nanda Baba was giving some boga to Krishna and some to Balaram like this. And they told Baba, "We just missed getting eaten by a how by this much." I asked one little Brijbazi boy, "Do you ever see how?" He said, "Oh, Paili Bote." Before there was so many. So just around the corner from Yasodakun, there's a little place. Unfortunately, there was a couple of full ones there, full house there. But they can take them to the West and sell them for a lot of money. So somebody came one night and stole them. But the broken houses are still there. You can still see the broken house there, just next to Yasodakun. And that place is called How Bilao. How Bilao. So anyway, we'll put our voice to rest here. If anybody has any questions, we can try to answer them. Yes?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, thank you so much for the wonderful stories. Prabhu, you mentioned that Nanda Baba, he fed Krishna and Balram like bhoga, and I was just wondering why it was not like prasadam.
It must have been prasad.
Okay.
Because Nanda Baba offers everything to his shalagram. Yes? Where's Bhakta Mike?
Hare Krishna. Thank you so
Oh, you
much
went over here,
for
okay.
taking us to Vrindavan Dham. I have one question. How to develop love to Vrindavan Dham?
How to develop love for Vrindavan Dham. Yes. First of all, especially nowadays, you have to go deep. Just like one lady was complaining to one of the shopkeepers in Loy Bazaar. It's so crowded, there's so many big buildings, so much traffic. And he looked at her and said, "Mataji, you don't see Vrindavan with your eyes." Then he looked out into outer space and his eyes glazed over. "You have to see Vrindavan with your heart." And suddenly whole Vrindavan opened up for her. So you go there now. Actually, when 51 years ago, we just celebrated the 51st anniversary. The Brijvasis told Prabhupada, "Why you build your temple so far away? Who will go there?" Now if you come in Kartik, you can't even get in the temple room for Mangalarti. Even on ordinary day, it's very difficult. It's become the fashion that if you're in Vrindavan, it's not our devotees, it's just the ordinary people. It's the fashion that if you're in Vrindavan overnight, you must go see the 4:30 Mangalarti get ISKCON. It's the fashion. So And sometimes, the other, at least for the youngsters like us, they put a rope across the front so we can go back forth between all the three altars very comfortably. But for the other chicks, sometimes you're just down there in the courtyard and people are jostling you and pushing you and bumping you. And especially these Punjabi ladies, they don't care for anything. Bam, bam, bam. They just come up to the altar and knock you out of the way. Bing, bing. But I just see, they told Prabhupada who will go there, and I just see Prabhupada up in Golok laughing. So I tolerate it. But still, there's some nice places. We keep discovering some unspoiled places and very nice places in Braj. But you just have to go a little deep with your heart and see, not with your eyes, by your heart. And there's something about Vrindavan, it just gets to you. It got me. First time I went I was so sick. The first time they had the Mayapur, because the old days used to be Mayapur Vrindavan festival. 2 weeks in Mayapur, 2 weeks in Vrindavan. Now, Gaur Purnima is the festival in Mayapur and Kartik is the festival in Vrindavan. And those days we didn't have any money or anything, so they were just using, buffalo ghee. And our poor Videshi foreign bodies weren't ready for buffalo ghee. We were so sick. But underneath it all, I just felt at home in Vrindavan. It just gets to you. There's something sweet. And you see Krishna Balaram, you see Radha Shyam Sundar, and you see Gaurnitai, and just so nice. So you go to Vrindavan, and you stay with the devotees, and you go with the devotees, and see all the places, and you'll come back here to Fremont, and you'll think, oh, we went to Vrindavan, and Krishna Balaram were so beautiful, Radha Shyam Sundar, so sweet, Prabhupada Samadhi is so amazing. We went to Nandagam with Dina Bandhu, we went to Govardhan with Dina Bandhu. When can I go again? Then automatically you always remember Vrindavan. Those who always remember Vrindavan, they actually live in Vrindavan. Those who stay there, they've forgotten. They're busy eating, sleeping, and doing politics. They forgot what is Vrindavan. But you'll come back here and always remember Vrindavan. And those who always remember Vrindavan, they actually live in Vrindavan. And you should come there with the idea of service. Try to do some service for the deities or the cows or whatever you like. Then automatically your attraction for Vrindavan will develop. Over here somebody had a question.
Hare Krishna. I've been to Vrindavan once, and when I was there, easy to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness because everything is Krishna when you're in Vrindavan, and you're not working, so you're not thinking about other thing. But when you come back here, you have to go back to work, or most people, anyways.
Yeah.
So how important is it to stay in devotee association so you can remain in the vibration?
Well, that's Prabhupada said 90% of our advancement is sadhu sangha. So especially because all day long we have to go, this crazy boss who's always bothering us, and the other friends who are always insulting us, and in the material world, you don't like your boss, you don't like the people you have to associate with at work, and then even you come home, you just eat something and go to sleep, and then the weekend comes, and even the enjoyment is miserable. They just drink like anything, and the next morning they wake up and, oh God, I'll never do that again. So material life is like that, but just whatever chance you get to associate with devotees, you come. Just like we have this nice temple here, you come associate with the devotees. You invite them to your house sometime and feed the devotees prasad and have kirtan and hari katha, like that. Krishna told Arjuna that you fight, but mam anusmara, you always remember me. So we can always keep remembering Krishna by associating with the devotees. and don't give up. Just like they take a baby elephant and they put a big stake into the ground and tie a chain around his leg. And he runs round and round and round and round. And he eventually realizes that when they put this thing, then I can't go anywhere. Now he's a huge elephant. He's lifting whole trees onto the railway car. He's pushing railway cars. And they put a little peg and a little chain, and he just stands there. Because he gave up. He could pull that thing out, he's lifting whole trees with this little stake in the ground, nothing. But he gave up trying. Just keep trying. Don't ever give up. Okay, our multimedia man has got the microphone.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for the lecture today. It really took us back to, the time when Krishna was there. You talked about Nand Baba and, Shivji appearing up there, with Krishna. So it all, it took us back to, to that time. And you also mixed up with your own experiences in India. So that made it a little bit more, insightful about your time there. So thank you so much again. I would really appreciate if you could do one more bhajan which take us back to Vrindavan.
We'll
That
do
was
that. We can
amazing.
change your schedule a little bit. That we end. I saw on your schedule that says Nishring prayers, but we'll do a special Braj bhajan to end. If
All
that's
right,
okay.
thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank
We
you
can
for
do
coming here.
Artika and we'll sing a Braj bhajan. Yeah. So we have a few more copies left of our book, Braj Leela, Giriraj, the King of Mountains. So, because in Braj Leela 1 and 2, we went all over the whole Prikrama path, Charasi Coast. But we only touched a few places on Govardhan. But I thought Govardhan needs a whole book by itself. Because everybody does Olympics. They go to Govardhan and they run around the hill as fast as they can. And they see Kusum Sarovar and Govindakund and Radhakund and a few other places. But there's so many places on Govardhan, you can't imagine what you're passing up. So many leelas are there. We spend 6 or 7 years, researching. And every time, this is our dear Arjun Bhattacharya. You see all the pictures on Facebook. He's responsible for them. Now he's initiated, his name is Arta Bandhu, so we're the Bandhu brothers, Bandhu Bhai. So he said, I've never seen that place. He would, at least 50 times he ran to Govardhan taking pictures. I'd write about some place. So we decided to make it a picture book. So we have 284 pictures, color pictures. 90% of them are his, whatever. Some of the before pictures, we show the before and after of some places. Those are, before pictures are mine. And 32 color paintings. We had to get special permission from BBT for these paintings. And we have nice drone shots of some places. And oh, the monkeys hated that drone. 530 pages of nectar. And because there's so many color pictures, the whole book is glossy paper. So very first class presentation. And we went through Braj Bhakti Vilas because he has a whole chapter on Govardhan. He gives the Achman mantras and Pranam mantras for places. And you ask anybody, where's this place? Nobody knows. Even after 500 years, so many places got lost. So now we have a pictorial and written evidence of all the places that we could find on Govardhan. If you try to buy this on Amazon, you have to pay $60. But we have it here for you tonight, only $25 donation. And I'm here to sign it if you want a copy. So after, we'll have a little Braj Kirtan and Arti. And then after that, anybody who wants to come, we don't need cash. We can take anything. Venmo, Apple Pay, Google Pay, card, credit card, anything we can take. And I'm here to sign it. So you're all tired of sitting. So you can all stand up because this is dancing music. Which song you wanted? Okay. This is a very wonderful Braj Bhajan. So this is dancing music. Everyone can stand. You're tired of sitting anyway. Par karenge Neya re bajo Krishna ka neya. Par karenge Neya re bajo Krishna ka neya. Par karenge. Par, for those who don't know Hindi, par means to cross, and Neya means the boatman. So we're going to cross this ocean of Kali Yuga, and our boatman is singing the names of Krishna Kaneya. Par karenge Neya re bajo Krishna Kaneya. Par Par karenge Neya re bajo Krishna Kaneya. Krishna Kaneya, Krishna Kaneya, Dauji Kabaya. Krishna Kaneya, Dauji Kabaya. Krishna Kaneya, Dauji Kabaya. Krishna Kaneya, Dauji Kabaya. Krishna Kaneya. Par karenge Neya re bajo Krishna Kaneya. Par karenge Neya re bajo Krishna Kaneya. Krishna Kaneya, Dauji Kabaya. Krishna Kaneya, Dauji Kabaya. Bansuri Bajaya, Bansuri Bajaya. Gaya Charaya, Gaya Charaya. Rasa Rajaya, Rasa Rajaya, Rasa Rajaya. Giri Barutaya, Giri Barutaya. Makana Churaya, Makana Churaya. Par karenge Neya re bajo Krishna Kaneya. Par karenge Neya re bajo Krishna Kaneya. Krishna Kanhaiya Dauji Kabaiya Krishna Kanhaiya Krishna Kanhaiya Dauji Kabaiya Makana Churaiya Makana Churaiya Giri Baruteya Giri Baruteya Bansari Bajaya Krishna Bansari Bajaya Gaya Charaya Gaya Charaya Giri Baruteya Giri Baruteya Rasa Rajaya Rasa Rajaya पार करेंगे नैया रे बजो कृष्ण कन्हैया पार करेंगे नैया रे बजो कृष्ण कन्हैया Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Haribo, Nitai Gaur Haribo. Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Gaur Haribo. Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Follow Sri Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham ki, revealer of the holy Dham, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai, Jai, Sri Radhe. आप सब लोग की Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada ki.
We have only 12 copies of Dina Bandhu Prabhu's books, unfortunately. So if somebody wants, so please come and see us. It's only $25. We are taking Apple Pay, Google Pay, cash, anything's possible. But please get a sign from Prabhu. It's a very rare opportunity. Last few copies are there, so please grab your copy first. First come, first serve. Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Dina Bandhu Prabhu. You took us really to Vrindavan. Thank you so much. Can we give a big Hari Bol to Prabhu? Hari Bol! So we have few announcements before the Nrsimha prayer and Prasadam. We have the biggest Rath Yatra tomorrow, which is the 60th Rath Yatra of ISKCON. And the first Rath Yatra happened out of India is here in San Francisco. And if you want to be a part of the 60th Rath Yatra of ISKCON, please come to Golden Gate Park. Already many devotees are there. That's why we are missing here few devotees, because they have been serving all day and night tonight. And it's in Golden Gate Park. If you need any direction or anything, you just go for SF Rath Yatra. Just search for it, you will find it. And then we have the next event coming up, Janmashtami in Mountain House on 29th, next Saturday. So there will be a program here, but we would like you all to come over there and visit and celebrate Janmashtami in Mountain House as well. And who are coming for the first time today? Thank you. We have a WhatsApp group. You could join. I know you live in Concord now. Yeah. Anybody else? Welcome, Prabhu, Ananta Prabhu. And we have the cooks for today's Prasadam is Prema Madhuri Mataji, Prana Gopika Mataji, Lakshmi Mataji, and Namita Mataji. Thank you all so much. Also, is there any sponsor, Ashish Prabhu? Okay. Shamlal Prabhu and Yogeshwari Priya Mataji are sponsoring for Priya's birthday. It's her birthday today, so we'll have a celebration as well. The cake cutting. One more. I told one for me also. No, okay. And so thank you so much, Shamlal Prabhu, for the sponsorship. Also, if you'd like to give any donation to Dina Bandhu Prabhu, you can directly hand over to him. That would be really nice, as he is a... Mataji, could you please wait? Could you please wait, Mataji, after the announcement?
Prabhu, let's wait.
So if you would like to anyone to give a donation or dakshina to Dina Bandhu Prabhu, please go ahead and do that. As he's a Brajvasi, it's our really a fortune to give him some donations. So please do that. Also, we have the Vaman Boutique and Yogpit snacks outside available if you want to do Janmashtami shopping today, as it's coming in 1-2 weeks. So please do that. We have a lot of Laddu Gopal dresses, jewelries, and kurtas and dhotis for kids and gopi skirts. So please check our gift shop, as well as we have bread, Yogpit snacks, homemade bread, and other snacks outside available. So you can check it out after your prasadam or before your prasadam. So thank you all so much coming once again. And now we'll have the Narsimha prayer. I think Atyant will be singing the Narsimha prayer. Atyant celebrated his 16th birthday yesterday. And we all would like to pray for him because he is such a sincere devotee. He does a lot of services here. If you have seen any videos on our Instagram or Facebook, he is the one behind it who creates all the videos. So please, please pray for him. Please bless him. He's a very sincere, nice, youth devotee who is in making a great success in our movement. So happy birthday, Atyant. So please have a seat and face towards the altar so that you can see the Narsimha Aarti, and we'll all sing the Narsimha prayer led by Atyant. Yeah. And after the Narsimha prayer, we'll have a group picture with Dina Bandhu Prabhu, and then we'll go for prasadam. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna.
Kamala, Kamala.
Please have a seat, everybody, so we can have Narsimha prayer.
Namaste Narashringaya Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadahine Praladadahine Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha.
For my wife, Swati, Yash and Avika. May they become Krishna
Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha.
Yash, Y-A-S-H, and Avika, A-V-I-K-A.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Unique, I mean, as big as the sky.
Shilatankanakalaye.
No, my name is Ashish. May they become Krishna conscious.
Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Bahir Narsimha Hridahir Narsimha. Bahir Narsimha Hridahir Narsimha. Narasingamadim Sharanam Prapadim. Narasingamadim Sharanam Prapadim. Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupam Jayo Jagadisha Hare Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Kalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupam Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Narahari Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Narahari Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Goda Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Goda Hari Bol Nitai Goda Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Goda Hari Bol Hare Krishna. Nrsimha Bhagavan ki. Sharira Vidya Jal Jodindriya Tahika Jive Pele Vishaya Sagore Aje Jivayati Lobo Moishu Durmati Take Jeta Katina Samsare Krishna Bada Doya Moy Kori Bada Jiva Joy Swaprasadana Dilobai Sayanamrita Pavo Radha Krishna Guna Gavo Premidako Shri Chaitanya Nita Premidako Shri Chaitanya Mahaprasade Govinde Brahme Vaishnava Salpakunyavatam Raja Vishwaso Navijayate Prasade Sarva Dukkana Rasya Pajayate Rasana Cheto Huyasu Buddhi Parya Vasishtate Tvayopa Bhutta Shagranda Vasalanka Chachita Shishta Bodhi No Dasha Samaya Janimai Shushkam Paryushitam Vapi Nityam Vadirishita Optimatena Bhoktavyam Akala Vicharana Deshaniya Mastata Kalaniya Mastata Optimatena Bhoktavyam Abdavin. Please come take Prashadam.
Can I take a picture with you?
Backside? Prashadam will be in the outside. Group photo.
So Prabhu, I was flying the drone. When the drone came down, all the monkeys came after me. So I felt like
Announcing a group photo.
I wish I had this experience the past 2 days. We should have come here and saw. Okay, I'll write together with Prabhu.
I want to give donation.
Oh, you want to give online? How much, Mataji? How did you put the amount?